Welcome, gentlemen around the world, to the Gentleman's Lounge. I'm Peyton, and I'm your host of the Gentleman's Handbook podcast. And today I want to talk about motivational methods. And one particular motivational method is one that I've employed my entire life. And I think it's very important to discuss it today. And that motivational method is the killer instinct method. Now, typically, when you hear killer instinct, the first thing you think about is sports. You think, he got the killer instinct. You think about, Michael Jordan has that killer instinct, right? Tom Brady has that killer instinct. Well, I have a quote. You've got to play with the killer instinct, man. You got to hate that guy across from you. Then after the game is over, tell him what a nice guy he is. Shake his hand, especially if you win. Chuck Benderrick. Killer instinct is often referenced in sporting arenas around the world. It refers to the ability to go nonstop with the intent of being successful in a given area. Personally, killer instinct has gotten me through the majority of my life. I can honestly say without it, I would not have achieved the accolades that I have throughout my life. These are the steps to understanding and acquiring killer instinct as a means to be successful in life. So like I said before, Tom Brady is a guy who uses the killer instinct method. Michael Jordan. If you watch the documentary Michael Jordan had, which was The Last Dance, you often heard him say, and that's when it became personal. Because he had to use any method he could to motivate himself to get up out of the bed and go ahead and work out and shoot up those shots and pick his spots. And, because think about it, you're a guy who had 3 championships. What do you have to prove? Already considered the best player to ever play during your time. What do you have to gain from working hard? Where do you find that motivation? Floyd Mayweather, undefeated boxer. Where do you find that motivation? Jeff Bezos, $200 billion man. Where do you find that motivation? A lot of guys suffer with a lack of motivation. They never could find out how. So I'm going to go through this hierarchy of the killer instinct. So the first thing about the killer instinct you need to know is that you need to have, number one, motivational self-talk. This is a way of pumping yourself up. You got this, man. Don't give up no matter what. Motivational self-talk is a way to push yourself beyond your limits. It is a way to push you to give you extra effort when you feel that you have no more left. When one is feeling down, motivational self-talk helps to get you back up. It gives you a kick in the pants and helps you to build accountability, right? It helps hold you accountable. So motivational self-talk, I use it on a daily basis. What I do is I talk to myself and say, oh yeah, we're going to be rich this year. Or, when I'm working out, come on, you got this, man. Don't quit on me. Don't quit on me. During a hard workout, or whether it's, me getting up to go work out, look in the mirror and be like, man, come on, man. You want to be cheesy your whole life? Or as a means to motivate myself to stay on my diet, like, man, come on. You stronger than that. Anything I put my mind to, I know I could do that. You stronger than that. Come on, man. You stronger than that. It's a way to challenge yourself. It's a way to encourage yourself. That's what the motivational self-talk is. The number 2 step is doubters. You have to use your doubters, or what people call haters. I don't like to use the word haters because everyone's not hating on you. Some people doubt you because they don't know that you're capable of anything. You never try to do anything. You never done anything. So it's not that they're hating on you. They just don't know what you're capable of. But you got to use the doubters' hate. And in life, many people attribute their failures to the doubters. I, however, attribute my success to my doubters. From a very young age, everyone doubted me, my teachers, my coaches, and even my parents. This fueled me to show them that they were wrong about me. I found that this method of motivation helped push me to levels that I would not have otherwise reached. Anytime I believed that I was being doubted, it pushed me to prove them wrong. I would look for the simplest form of disrespect as a means to motivate me to dominate the competition. I would often tell myself that my competition will pay for doubting me. So, when you grow up in a big family like I did, being the 6th of 7 kids, you often get overlooked. You don't get the best picks at the food, right? You don't get to play the video games or anything. You just got to get what you get. So I was kind of small as well. I would have to say me and my oldest brother probably the smallest. So people doubted me. And when I first started playing football, I was a small guy, and they always thought I was going to get hurt, but I was a tough guy. I used to get in fights with guys bigger than me. I used to beat them up because the doubt, I couldn't live with it. I couldn't live with being doubted. I had to show them that they were wrong about me. And I used that to motivate me throughout my life. When I first went from a school in the middle of the projects, basically, to the best school in New Orleans, I knew I belonged because I'm like, yeah, y'all doubt me, but I'm using that motivational self talk. I'm like, man, I could do anything I put my mind through. Anytime I want to work, I'm gonna work. I used to run AU track and field, USA track and field. We're going all around the country competing against the best guys in the country. And I said, they got to show me. You'll see a guy run a time. He's like, whoo, that time is fast, but he ain't running against me. That's the kind of attitude that you have to have in your life. And people doubt you. I remember I had a teacher who told me I was going to be nothing. And then she doubted me, so I had to prove her wrong. I'm not that kind of person who gets doubted and then says, you know what, you think I'm a criminal? I'm gonna show you what a criminal is. Nah. Doubt me at your own peril. Number 3 in the hierarchy is domination. My father often motivated me through the domination method. The domination method has 2 parts. The first part of the domination method is looking at inferior competition as disrespecting you. So for me, I would see a certain guy trying to compete with me for a certain thing. I'm like, this guy? Come on, man. You're not on my level, right? I would often dominate lesser competition because I believed that they had no business in the same arena as me. This would help me to not rest on my laurels or play down to my competition. I would say, why does he feel that he can compete with me? After giving myself that motivational self-talk, I would proceed to crush my competition and would not let my foot off their throat until the game was over. Right? That's the first part. Anybody who's not on your level, crush them. Don't play with them. Crush them. Take them out. Will you ever see a lion go after a gazelle once he gets him? Does he play with him? No, he goes straight for the jugular. That's the proof of point. That's to keep that's to show that the competition that, listen, if I got to come at him, I'm gonna have to really come at him, and it's gonna make people back down, But you have to dominate. That helps to reinforce your motivation. The second part of the domination method involves destroying their idols and conquering their heroes. Guys who were viewed as comparable or better than me became targets for my destruction. I would become so motivated that my performance would rise to the occasion. So, there's guys out there who people look at and they give all the props to in the world, and you're like, man, you might feel like, man, let's say, you work at this company, this law firm, and you got a lawyer, and he's closing cases left and right. And you're like, man, listen, man, I think, Ronald, the best lawyer up in here. You got to take that personal. Like, what? That's your guy? Is this your king? You know what I'm saying? And you gotta make it happen. You gotta prove that that's not the case. In my case, you would be competing with a guy who was considered to be, a great athlete. Or you'll be in school and you're competing with somebody who they say, oh, well, even when I was in grad school and they was talking about a particular woman was probably the smartest in the class. I'm like, all right, we're going to see. I'm going to show it. Because, when when people were doubting you, when I was online pledging and they's like, oh, I know he's going to quit, being from New Orleans, he probably got a bad. Okay, I'm going to show you. I'm going to be the hardest person on this line. That's how you dominate. That's how you dominate. You got to dominate, not just with doubt, but through the doubt. And you got to dominate as a means to motivate yourself. I think the last one is the most important part of the hierarchy. It might be at the bottom, but it's very important. Always make them do it again. Always make them do it again refers to taking losses and failures. If you were to be defeated, tell yourself, I bet they can't do it again. This mentality will make you a thorn in the side of your competition. Many people like to go unchallenged. If you continually and ferociously challenge your competition, they fold under pressure. This method helped me to gain high self-esteem. I didn't care who my competition was. They had to prove to me that they could beat me. And if they did, they'd have to do it again. And the competition could be life. It could be a job. It could be a woman. It could be women. But you're like, you know what? Yeah, it didn't work out, but I'm going to do it again. We're going to see. Certain things you just don't quit at. You need to find that way to motivate yourself. And I think the killer instinct is a great way to do so. I know a lot of men think they can't pull it off because it's like, I'm not that aggressive kind of guy, But it's not all about aggression. It's about that self-belief that, you know, you're capable of doing the things that you set out to do, you know. And just to go over it one more time, motivational self-talk. Always wake up in the morning, talk to yourself positively. Program your mind in a positive way that you can achieve the things that you set out to do. Motivate yourself, right? Use that talk, that motivational self-talk, to encourage yourself to get started. Let's say you want to start working out. Don't say, "Oh, I'm gonna catch it Monday." Be like, "Nah, today's the day. Get up." When you wake up in that bed early in the morning, you're like, "Hey, Peyton, get up. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Put them clothes on. We gotta get it. We gotta get it. We gotta get it, man." Number 2, doubters. People gonna doubt you. It's a natural part of life. But let them doubt you at their own peril. Domination, number 3. Never forget to dominate. Because in this life, anything worth having is worth fighting for. You have to work for the things you want. If you want to be a man that makes 6 figures, 7 figures, there's not many people that make 6 or 7 figures. So you have to dominate. And number 4, always make them do it again. So if you fail, I failed, but I won't fail this time, right? Persistence is oftentimes the precursor to success. It's like a story here. It's like a guy in San Francisco during the gold rush. He dug a big old hole. He was digging and digging and digging and digging, and he finally gave up. And he sold his hole to another guy. And the guy, first dig, he struck gold. That's how it works. But I just want you guys to leave a comment in the comment section. Talk about what kind of motivational methods that you use. And do you think that the Killer Instinct motivational method will work well in your life? As always, like, share, subscribe. And until then, I'm out. Peace.